Hello students. See, last two examples that we have seen are related to rectifiers only. Now we will start some design problems related to rectifier plus filters, is it? So the simplest filter that we are going to consider is a capacitor filter. Alright. And see, the solved problem here is there on your screen. We have seen that to solve only two numericals without filter, it took us 45 minutes. So obviously if I start drawing circuit diagram with writing each and everything on this digital pad, it will take a lot of time, is it? So whatever I have, see, I have some old notes of mine that I have scanned and I'm putting there in front of you on the screen. It is just to save our time, because now I know the equations, I have the analysis, I just need to use those equations in the numericals. That's what it is it? So that's why, to save our time, I'm just having this solved example on our screen. Right? Let us start with now. See, if the example is related to capacitor filter, let me use another pen. It is design unregulated power supply using capacitor filter having VDC is equals to 12 volt and IDC 100 milliampere with a ripple factor of 3%. Now if I want to design unregulated power supply, clearly in the statement they are saying it is a unregulated supply with capacitor filter. Look at this, with capacitor filter, with given data is DC voltage, they have given 12 volt. Look at this, I have written given data DC voltage 12 volt, and then IDC is also given, that is 100 milliampere. I have to write IDC 100 milliampere, and then a ripple factor they have given, that is 3%. So here I am writing third as ripple factor 3%. 3% means 3 divided by 100, which is equals to 0.03. Now see, they have stated design unregulated power supply using capacitor filter. Is it? They didn't tell you that which rectifier you have to use, whether they want you to use a half wave, full wave, or a bridge rectifier. Is it? They didn't specify any rectifier, but generally whenever filter come in picture, you assume it is a full wave rectifier. It is always a good practice to have full wave rectifier with all the filters, right? Because if full wave rectifier is suitable with inductor as well as capacitor also. But if I consider half wave rectifier, it is suitable only with the capacitor, is it? It is not suitable, that is half wave rectifier is not suitable with the inductor kind of thing. So that's why here my job is to assume one rectifier. So the rectifier that I am going to assume is full wave center tap rectifier. Is it? You can assume full wave bridge rectifier, no problem at all. Is it? Because the analysis of full wave center tap and bridge rectifier is same except two parameters, that is PIV and TUF. Is it? So that's why I'm going to assume full wave center tap rectifier. So I have drawn a circuit diagram. This is diode D1 and this is diode D2 that I have drawn. This is capacitor in parallel with the load resistor. The value of load current is given, that is 100 milliampere. Look at this, this is what load resistor value given, 100 milliampere. The output voltage VDC is 12 volt. Here it is output voltage 12 volt. I am showing everything in the circuit diagram. Okay. Whatever given data is there, let me show the data in the circuit diagram. See, I am showing 100 milliampere and 12 volt IDC and VDC. Then ripple factor, see, I can show ripple factor in the diagram, it is an obvious. So those are the given things. So whenever you start with design problem, first thing is you have to draw the circuit diagram. Look at the steps. Design statement is there. Under the solution, here I am writing solution, or you can say it's an answer, is it, or solution. So under the solution section, first thing is your circuit diagram. First thing must be your circuit diagram. So circuit diagram I have drawn. I'm done with circuit diagram. It is a full wave center tap rectifier with capacitor filter. That's what the circuit diagram. After circuit diagram, what you need to do is read the statement and write down what are the given things. So given things are those three. I have listed them out. Given things. This is step number 2. First step is draw the circuit diagram. Whatever the design statement is, your first job is to draw the circuit diagram. So see, circuit diagram gives you at least more than 1 mark, less than 2 or approximately 2. Right? In any design statement, in any numerical, if you draw the circuit diagram, definitely you will get minimum 1 mark. Is that so? Circuit diagram has I can say a lot of weightage. In terms of marks, it has a lot of weightage also. So basically circuit diagram is needed for analysis, is it? So if you are designing something, first thing is you have to analyze the circuit, and to analyze the circuit you must have a circuit diagram, is it? So that's why in the design procedure the first thing is to draw the circuit diagram, is it? So let us start with circuit diagram, then given things, and then start with your actual design, is it? So starting with actual design means what? First we need to understand what do you mean by designing something. See, designing a power supply, the statement, look at the statement is design unregulated power supply. So what do you mean by designing a circuit? See, designing a circuit means calculating the value and ratings of the component which are used in the circuit. Is that? Let me write here. I hope it is clear now. Designing means what? Calculation. See, I'll write here. Calculation of value. Look at this. Value and ratings of components which are used in your circuit. That means designing of a circuit. See, if we are designing a rectifier circuit, what components are used in the rectifier circuit? 2 diodes are there, 1 transformer is there, 1 capacitor is there, 1 resistor is there. Is it? It is full wave center tap rectifier with capacitor filter. It means 2 diodes, 1 capacitor, 1 load resistor, 1 transformer is there. So calculation of value and ratings of those components means designing of that circuit. Is that? So my job is to design the circuit. It means my job is to calculate value ratings of capacitor, value rating of resistor, the transformer, 2 diodes. Is that? So first thing you started with is circuit diagram, that is done. Then given things, and then let us start with the design. Let us start calculation of value and ratings of the components which I am using in the circuit. So now see what is there in the circuit. The load resistor is there. The last component is load resistor. So let us calculate load resistor first. Is that? So whatever given data is, based on that what I can calculate first, that I need to decide. Is that? See, now in my design statement VDC and IDC is given. So VDC IDC is given, it means voltage and current is given. I can calculate the resistance. That's why I have chosen that I will calculate load resistor first. So let us calculate load resistor first. Look at this. Calculation of load resistor RL. Now calculation of load resistor. What is the value of resistor R? R is equals to always V by I. That is, load resistor is equals to voltage across the load resistor divided by current flowing through the load resistor. So voltage across the load resistor is 12 volt, whereas current flowing through the load resistor is 100 milliamperes. Milli means 10 raised to minus 3. Is it? So 12 divided by 100 milliampere gives us 120 ohm. So I am writing RL is equals to 120 ohm. So you can select load resistor RL is equals to nearest value of 120 ohm. Is that so? 120 is available, select 120. If it is not available, you can select 100 ohm. No problem at all. Is that so? This is calculation for load resistor. Isn't it so simple? Load resistor is equals to load voltage divided by load current. That's what it is. Load resistor, sorry, means what? Load voltage divided by load current. Load voltage means VDC, load current means IDC. VDC, IDC, both things are given in the statement. Put the values, use your calculator, and you will get the value of load resistor. Then after load resistor, look at this. This is what we have calculated, load resistor. After that, the next component comes is capacitor. Let us calculate the value of capacitor. Now to calculate the value of a capacitor, we have one equation related to capacitor. Look at this equation of a ripple factor. This is what? Ripple factor of full wave rectifier with capacitor filter. You remember that we have derived this 1 divided by 4 root 3 FCRL. What is that F? F means it is a line frequency. What is that C? C means it is the value of capacitor that you have connected as a filter. And this is what value of load resistor that you have connected at the output. Now out of this equation I have written, which things are known? This ripple factor is known. This frequency is known. The value of load resistor, yes, it is known. The only unknown thing is value of capacitor. See, if rest of the things are known and only capacitor is unknown, then I can calculate the value of capacitor. Just put the value of F frequency, that is 50. I am putting here. Put the value of load resistor RL 120 ohm. I am putting here. And then calculate the value of capacitor. Then if I calculate value of capacitor by putting all those value in the equation, I am getting capacitor is equals to 8. Sorry. I'm getting capacitor is equals to 801 microfarad. Look at this, 801 multiplied by 10 raised to minus 6 farad. So 10 raised to minus 6 farad, it means it is a microfarad, is it? So that's why 801 microfarad is the value of capacitor that I'm going to select and I'm going to purchase from the market, and then I'll connect it to the circuit. So exact value is 801. You go to the market and ask for 801 microfarad capacitor. Definitely it is not available. So the available value, a nearby available value, if 801 is not available in the market, you purchase 1000 microfarad, or you can purchase 600 microfarad, or you can purchase 670 microfarad. So nearest available value in the market we need to purchase. Is that? So that's why the theoretical design is quite different from the practical design. When we start with lab session, you will come to know everything. Is that? And you will understand this scenario, that nearby values we have to consider and all those. You will get it into a video lecture which is called study of data sheets. You will get those things completely in that lecture. You please go through that lecture. You will find it everything related to that. Right? So this is what I have selected, the value of capacitor. See, value of capacitor is done, value of resistor is done. Now only 3 components are pending. Sorry, 2 only, a diode and a transformer. That's right. If I select a transformer, if I select a diode, things will be done. This is what designing of full wave rectifier with capacitor filter. My job will be done if I calculate diode and transformer. Now selection of diode. Look at this. I'm writing selection of diode. So for full wave rectifier, look at this. For full wave rectifier with capacitor filter, we know that VDC is equals to Vm minus, you will get this equation in the derivation of ripple factor. Look at this. This equation is there in the derivation of ripple factor. You check that derivation, you will get that VDC is equals to Vm minus IDC divided by 4FC. This is what full wave rectifier with capacitor filter. This is for reference only. I am writing ripple factor. It means you will find it in the derivation, in the analysis of ripple factor. Then Vm is equals to, look at this, I'm just simplifying this. Vm will come in this side. Then what you will get, Vm is equals to Vdc plus Idc divided by 4fc. Now Vdc is known. How much it is? It is 12 volt. Look at this. Then IDC is also known. How much it is? 100 milliampere. It is already given in the statement. The value of capacitor, just now we have calculated, it is 801 microfarad. And the value of F is what? Frequency. It is line frequency, that is 50 hertz. Is it not? 50 hertz is available at our home, at my home, at your home. So F is equals to 50 hertz. Now put all those value in the equation and calculate the value of Vm. This is what? 12.62 volt. Now this is the value of Vm. Vm is what? It is a peak voltage. Let me write, it is a peak voltage at secondary of transformer. So the Vm is the peak value of the voltage available at the secondary of the transformer. It means at the secondary of transformer, if you check, you will get a sine wave, something like this. And for this sine wave, this voltage is what? Vm. Look at this. This is what your Vm. Is it? But I know that transformer ratings are in RMS, not with the reference of peak voltage. So this peak voltage is not useful for us. Is it? This peak voltage, to select the transformer, peak voltage is not useful. But to select the diode, this peak voltage is useful. Is it? How we select a diode? Generally, diode is selected on the basis of PIV rating. I told you that value and ratings are the different. For a resistor, it has a value in ohm. It has a rating in watt. You will get it when you see the lecture called Study of Data Sheet and Components. Is it? So in that video lecture, I have explained everything. The specifications, the values, the ratings of a component. Is it? So PIV is a rating of a diode, and based on that rating we have to select a diode. So for full wave rectifier, the value of PIV we have derived, we have analyzed as twice Vm. Now value of Vm is 12 multiplied by 2, so PIV will be 25.24. Look at this. This is value of PIV. Now based on that PIV, I will select diode. See, I am writing select a diode from data sheet. Is it? So it means to start with any design, you first need to go through data sheet. So what is that data sheet? You will find in that video lecture, Study of Data Sheet or specifications of the components. So from the data sheet, I am going to select a diode which has a PIV greater than 25.24. Is it? So select a particular diode which has a PIV greater than 25. That's what the condition. So if I check the data sheet, I am going to get that this diode, this model number of a diode has a PIV greater than 25. It is a name, it is a model number given to the diode. For example, if your cell phone is there, cell phone has it has different models. MI 6 Pro, 7 Pro, is it? My name is Pradeep, your name is Sashank or something, is it? It's just a model number given to the diode. Every diode has its own specification and rating, is it? So before starting with this, please see that lecture related to datasheet study. Okay. So this is what selection of diode. So from the datasheet, I am going to select this diode. Now after this, see, we have selected capacitor, we have selected resistor, we have selected diode. Now the only thing is selection of transformer. Look at this, selection of transformer. The transformer ratings are generally in RMS. Look at this. VS RMS and IS RMS are the ratings of the transformer. Now you know that VS means secondary, is it? So this secondary voltage of the transformer and secondary current of the transformer are the ratings, is it? So major part is this secondary voltage. This is the major thing, from on the basis of which I'm going to select transformer, is it? So how to calculate this Vs RMS? Means whatever secondary voltage, whatever peak secondary voltage is available, take its RMS value, and then things are done then, is it? So Vs RMS, okay, this VRMS is nothing but I'm using different notation here. Instead of Vs, I'm just writing VRMS. You can write Vs RMS, no problem. What is Vs RMS? It is Vm divided by root 2. What is the value of Vm? Vm already you have calculated, is it? In the diode selection, you have calculated Vm is equals to, see, 12.62. So this 12.62 I'm going to put here. Vm is equals to 12.62. See, there is a mistake. There is a small mistake. Instead of this 25, what I need to write? It is Vm by root 2, means value of Vm I have calculated as 12 point, I forgot the number, sorry, 12.62. So 12.62 is the value. So 12.62 divided by root 2, Vm by root 2. Sorry, there is a problem. There is a problem with this. Okay, a small problem is there. Am I audible? 12.62 divided by root 2. So here you will not get the 17 point something. You will get around 9 or 10 value. Is it? So depend on that, select a transformer with 909. Is it? Now you will get this 909. What is that? It is a center tap transformer, 909. See, we have selected transformer also, and this is the actual designing of full wave rectifier with capacitor filter, is it? Now we started numericals with rectifiers, is it, without filters. Then we completed two numericals without filter. Then we started with filter. We have selected only basic filter, that is C type of filter. Then next example we will take with LC type of filter, is it? Not L, we will move towards LC directly, is it? Because see, if you are able to solve the numericals related to capacitor filter, obviously it is very simple for you people to go with inductor filter, that is full wave rectifier with inductor filter. So that's why we are skipping this inductor filter. We'll switch towards the LC filter. And when you understand LC filter, definitely you will understand design of rectifier with pi filter also, is it? You will understand it very nicely. So let me move towards the next page. Yes, it is LC filter. Let us start with LC filter. Now this is also one of the old note that I got, and I scanned it and keeping in front of you. Design of unregulated power supply with LC filter and following specifications. Look at the specifications. The DC voltage is 15 volt, IDC 100 milliamperes, ripple factor is 3%. I think in previous example also we had ripple factor 3%. IDC is equals to 100 milliampere and VDC is 15. Let me check. No, 1203. Here 1503. See, two quantities are same. Look at this. This is same. Then things will be very simple, is it? There is only difference in VDC. There it was 15, 12. I'm considering 15 here. Now look at this. First step is to draw the circuit diagram. Is it? If I'm starting with any solution, my first step must be a circuit diagram. See, I'm drawing circuit diagram. See, I'm considering again the same full wave center type rectifier with LC filter. Is it? You can calculate or you can consider the bridge rectifier with LC filter. No problem at all. Is it? Two diodes, one inductor. This Rx is what? Resistance offered by the inductor. And here somewhere a capacitor is there. Is it? That capacitor is not visible, so that's why I'm drawing it again because of my stamp come over that. This is a bleeder resistor RB. As if we are in LC type of filter, bleeder resistor must be there. And this is what load resistor, as usual I have connected at the last. Now if you want to avoid bleeder resistor, you need to select an exact value of inductor. If exact value of inductor is not available in the market, then take nearby value of the inductor and consider a bleeder resistor with some value. Okay. So again, designing of power supply means calculation of value and rating. So let us start with, first I had circuit diagram. Then what are the given things? Given things are VDC, IDC and the ripple factor. See, same given things are there. Then follow the same process. First calculate the value of load resistor. I am calculating value of load resistor. That is, load resistor means what? Load voltage divided by load current. Now look at this, load voltage divided by load current, that is 15 volt is the load voltage, load current is 100 milliampere, so I am getting 150 ohm is the value of load resistor. Is it not? Now see, resistor we have selected. Now we will select inductor. Is it? This is what? Selection of inductor. To select the inductor, see, I told you that I will select an inductor such that I want to avoid the bleeder resistor. Is it? So that's why whatever value of inductor I'm going to select will be the critical value of inductor or exact value of inductor. Is it? So that's why I will treat my inductor value as a L critical. Is it? The notation will be L critical. So that's why I'm writing the equation. See, this equation is known to us. We have derived RL is equals to 3 omega L. But here instead of writing 3 omega L alone, I am writing L critical. So this is what my perfect value, where L critical is the critical value of inductor. See, in this line I am writing. So value of load resistor is 150. Just now you calculated here. Then 3 multiplied by omega means what? 2 pi f. I know what is f. F is line frequency, that is 50 hertz. Multiply by L critical. Now see, this is known, this is known, this is known. Then it is possible for us to calculate L critical. So calculate L critical. Look at this. 150 divided by 3 pi omega. Sorry, 3 omega. So 150 divided by 3 omega means 2 pi f. Frequency is 50 hertz. I am calculating 150 divided by 942 and then I am getting 0.159 Henry. Henry is the unit of inductance. So the critical value I am getting is 0.159 Henry. If you want to represent in Henry, no issue. If you want to represent it in millihenry, then go for it. It is 159 millihenry. Is it? So approximately 159 means I can write 16. Is it? 159, which is approximately equals to 0.16 Henry. If you want to represent in millihenry, then it is 160 millihenry. Now you have to go to the shop and ask for exact 160 millihenry. So obviously you will never get exact 160 millihenry value of the inductor. So it means now I have to use bleeder resistor. So somewhere at the last I have to calculate a value of bleeder resistor compulsory. Because see what I will do then, 160 millihenry is not available. I will take 100 millihenry or maybe 150 millihenry if it is available, I will take. So whatever nearby value for 160 millihenry is available, I will take that value. Is it? So selection of inductor is done now. Is it? It is 160 millihenry. Now next is capacitor. See, resistor we have calculated, inductor we have calculated, then it's time to calculate capacitor. Is it? And after that a transformer and diode. Yes, then design will be done. See, this is what calculation for capacitor. We know the equation. This, look at this. This is equation of full wave rectifier with LC filter. You remember that, full wave rectifier with LC filter. R is equals to, that is ripple factor is equals to 1 divided by 6 root 2 omega square LC. Now from this equation, look at this. We have calculated inductor. Is it? Ripple factor is known. That is 0.03. 3% means 3 divided by 100, 0.03. Omega is known, 2 pi f. F is 50 hertz, I can calculate omega. So if all the things are known, calculate the value of capacitor then. See, I am putting all the values and calculating value of capacitor. I am getting 248.76 microfarad. You use your calculator. Don't watch the lecture blindly. As such, you take your calculator while lecture is on. You take your calculator. Whatever I am telling you, you put the values in the calculator. Calculate your own value. Is it? It is not like that I am getting 248.76. May you will get 247. May your answer can be wrong. May my answer can be wrong. Is it? So if I'm calculating wrong answer, it is your responsibility to tell me, sir, the calculation is wrong and all. Is it? So while lecture was going on, you supposed to write it in chat window. Is that? So this is what actual interaction, this is what actual learning. Now I'm getting the value of capacitor is 248.76 microfarad. So 248 microfarad capacitor is not available in the market. Is it? And that you need to check on. As I know it, so that's why I'm telling you, you need to search it for. Is it? So this is called market survey. Now 248 is not available. I will use either 220 microfarad. Here I have written, see, 220 microfarad. Even 230 microfarad is also available. Sometimes 250, no, 230 is okay. 250 is not available. So if 248.476 is the value, I'm using 230 microfarad. This is a value of capacitor. See, now I'm done with calculation of capacitor. Now capacitor is done. Let's calculate transformer and diode then. Transformer. See, look at the equation for full wave rectifier, and if it is an LC type of filter, look at the equation. VDC is equals to twice Vm by pi. This is VNL. Generally what we call it as? We call it as VNL. And this is practical voltage drop across the circuit. Is it? This is practical voltage drop at circuit. Now what is the practical voltage drop? Current, that current flows through RS, RF and RX also. So that's why we have to subtract that much voltage drop. So we are subtracting this voltage drop from VNL. VNL जो है, VNL यहाँ तक, so उस VNL से हमें ये practical voltage drop subtract करना ही पड़ेगा because it is unnecessarily. Is it? So if VNL I am getting 12 volt exactly, then it is not 12 volt exactly. You will get 11 volt because 1 volt is the voltage drop across RS, RF and RX. ये जो छोटे छोटे रेजिस्टर हैं उनके अक्रॉस भी कुछ वोल्टेज ड्रॉप हो रहा है, सो हमें वो माइनस करके ही आउटपुट वोल्टेज मिलेगा. 1 वोल्ट वो लोग खा रहे हैं, छोटे छोटे रेजिस्टर 1 वोल्ट दे आर टेकिंग एंड रिमेनिंग 11 वोल्ट इज अवेलेबल एट द आउटपुट. इज इट? नाउ दैट्स व्हाई आई एम राइटिंग ट्वाइस Vm divided by pi minus this, neglecting this. If I neglect this, then VDC is equals to twice Vm by pi. Look at this. मैंने बोला कि ये RS, RF, RX ये वेरी स्मॉल रजिस्टर्स हैं एंड दे आर कंज्यूमिंग सम वोल्टेज. अगर वो डिजाइन प्रॉब्लम में दिए हैं तो हमें यूज करना है, अगर नहीं दिए फॉरगेट इट. यस, अगर नहीं दिए तो निगलेक्ट करना है, दैट्स ऑल. Is it? And that's what I'm doing now. RS is given, no. RX is given, no. RF is given, no. Not a single register is specified in the statement. If it is not specified, I'm clearly writing neglecting RS, RF and RX. So I'm writing VM, VDC is equals to twice VM by pi. Is it? So VDC is equals to twice VM by pi. From that VDC is known, that is 15. And then pi 2, put the values and calculate VM. Look at this, VM is equals to what? Then it is VDC multiplied by pi divided by 2. So 15 multiplied by pi divided by 2, I am getting 23.56 volt. This is what my VM. Now, to calculate the transformer rating, VM means which is a peak voltage. Look at this, which is a peak voltage. Peak voltage is not useful. What I want is RMS value of that peak voltage. So how to get RMS value of that peak voltage? Divided by root 2. So I am writing VRMS. This VRMS is nothing but what your VSRMS. You remember that it is secondary or RMS value of secondary voltage. It is VM by root 2, 23.56 divided by root 2. I am getting 16.66. It means I have to use the transformer 16016 or 18018. Which one is available in the market? Collect it, take it, use it. This is what selection of transformer. Now see, the last point is selection of diode. Look at this. How to select a diode? Depend on its PIV ratings. So PIV is for full wave rectifier. It is twice VM. See, that PIV rating has nothing to do with which filter I am using. Whether I am using L filter, C filter, LC filter or pi filter. It has nothing to do with. PIV ratings are a property of a rectifier itself. Is it? So that's why if it is full wave rectifier I'm using a centered up, I will use twice VM. If I'm using bridge rectifier, I will use VM only. Is it? So if you have designed bridge rectifier with LC filter, you use this PIV is equals to VM. Is it? I'll write here for bridge PIV is equals to VM. But now I have PIV is equals to twice VM because I have centered a full wave rectifier. So VM is 23.56. This value multiplied by 2, I am getting 47.12. So PIV is 47.12. So it means now you need to search a data sheet and select a diode for which PIV is greater than 47. Right? हमें ऐसा डायोड सिलेक्ट करना है जिसका PIV 47 से ज्यादा है. PIV is one of the parameter, one of the specification which is specified in the data sheet of a diode. Is it? So that's why now search for a data sheet. ऐसा डायोड सिलेक्ट करो जिसका PIV 47 से ज्यादा है. So I got one diode, that is 14007. This diode has PIV greater than 47. उसका PIV 1000 होता है. Yes, even I have written here. It has PIV 1000. It is a simplest diode. It is called rectifier diode. Basically, those are used for rectifiers only. Generally. So that's why it is 1N4007. PIV is equals to 1000. 1000 उसका PIV हमें चलता है वो. Is it? And then lastly I am selecting bleeder resistor. Why I am selecting bleeder resistor? See, I told you that the value of inductor that I have calculated is 160 millihenry. So 160 millihenry, whether 160 millihenry is available in the market, you go to the market and search it for, you will never find it. So as 160 millihenry is not available, compulsory we have to take its nearby value. अगर 160 अवेलेबल नहीं है तो हमें जो अवेलेबल है 150 अवेलेबल है ये वो लेना पड़ेगा. देन अगर 100 अवेलेबल है 100 लेना पड़ेगा. इट मींस आई एम नॉट टेकिंग एग्जैक्ट वैल्यू फॉर इंडक्टर. सो फॉर इंडक्टर आई एम नॉट टेकिंग एग्जैक्ट वैल्यू. इट मींस आई हैव टू यूज ब्लीडर रजिस्टर. देन हाँ, ये तो क्राइटेरिया है. अगर हमें एग्जैक्ट इंडक्टर, द क्रिटिकल वैल्यू ऑफ इंडक्टर इज नॉट अवेलेबल, देन हमें ब्लीडर रजिस्टर लगाना पड़ता है. अगर एग्जैक्ट वैल्यू ऑफ इंडक्टर अवेलेबल है तो ब्लीडर रजिस्टर की कोई जरूरत ही नहीं है. Is it? So I am writing RB is equals to that bleeder resistor equation. It is 900 value of inductor. 900 L critical. So L critical is 160 millihenry. So RB is 144. Is it? So 144 is available. I think it is 160 ohm is available. 150 is also available. Whatever value of resistor available, approximately 144, we have to consider it. Is it? So this is the design of unregulated power supply with LC filter, or simply full wave center tap rectifier with LC filter. See, RX I am showing in the circuit, but it is not given in the specification, so I am not using it. Is it? The RF is also not given, I am neglecting it. Is it? So now this is about the LC type of filter as well as capacitor filter. See, I told you that I have taken example of capacitor filter, and then I told you that if you understand capacitor filter, you will be able to handle L type of filters. Is it? You'll be able to solve all the numericals related to L filter if you understand C filter. So that's why I skip L filter. We switch towards LC filter. Then we have just now seen the example or design for LC filter. And I promised you, when you understand LC filter, you will be able to solve pi filter design statement. Is it? So for pi filter or full wave rectifier with pi filter, we are not going to solve the complete design. Is it? We will write design problem and then I will give you a small hint. Okay, let me add one page here. Then let us start with one example. Is it? It will take time to write it here, but still I will try to write it first. Or orally I will I'll dictate. If you are there, then you write it on. Let me check, all connections are there. Now design power supply. Look at this, design power supply using pi filter. Design power supply using pi filter to provide DC voltage of 20 volts. So I will write VDC is equals to 20 volt. That's what given. Design a power supply using pi filter to provide VDC is 20 volt at 100 milliamperes. Means IDC is also given, that is 100 milliamperes. What else is given? With a ripple factor of 0.01%. Oh, it's very small. Ripple factor is 0.01%. It means, see, it is 0.01 divided by 100. Isn't it too small? Yes, if I am using pi filter, ripple is reduced. So this is what a design statement, and I can write this is given data. Now if given data is that much, see, I'm not going to solve this completely. I will give you a small hint how to solve. Now see, from this first step that generally we follow is circuit diagram. Let me change the pen. Look at this. Here, at first step, you must draw the circuit diagram. Is it? Draw the circuit diagram. Given things already we have written, then draw the circuit diagram. After circuit diagram, first thing is to calculate value of load resistor. Because see, VDC and IDC are given, calculate load resistor. Yes, because whatever given on that, what I can calculate? I can calculate RL. Calculate RL, that is VDC divided by IDC. What is VDC? It is 20 volt. What is IDC? 100 milliamperes. Then obviously I am getting 200 ohm is the value of RL. Now, whatever your process is, you follow it. I will give you hint. After that, you will stuck somewhere. You will stuck at calculation of the capacitor and the inductor. I will solve that only. Is it? Now it is your job to select the value of diode, value ratings of diode, a transformer. You go for it. I will tell you how to calculate the value of capacitor. Is it? To calculate the value of capacitor and inductor, C and L. The option is ripple factor equation. What is the equation of ripple factor? Ripple factor equation is, see, I'm using approximate equation 5700 divided by L C1 C2 multiply by RL. But for this equation, what is the condition? The capacitors C1 and C2 are in microfarad, that is 10 raised to minus 6. That is the constant for the equation. Now ripple factor is given, is it? Then value of load resistor is also given. My job is to calculate inductor and capacitor. Now if one inductor and one capacitor has to be given, then only it is possible to calculate second capacitor. See, within one equation it is not possible for us to calculate all those three values, that is C1, C2 and inductor, is it? So that's why, to make things simple, what I will assume C1 is equals to C2. दोनों कैपेसिटर का वैल्यू आइडेंटिकली है. That's what my assumption is. I'm just making the design simple. That's why. Is that? So you can put C1 is equals to C2 is equals to C. Then the above equation will be, then look at this. आपका इक्वेशन मॉडिफाई होकर कैसा होगा? 5700 डिवाइडेड बाय L C square, is it not? Multiply by value of load resistor RL. But even after simplification, see, one inductor and one capacitor is still unknown, is it? Either मुझे कैपेसिटर का वैल्यू चाहिए, I can calculate inductor, और मुझे इंडक्टर का वैल्यू चाहिए, I can calculate the capacitor. So it means, look at this, ripple is given, load resistor is known, LC is not known. So उन दोनों में से किसी एक का वैल्यू तो हमें चाहिए ही चाहिए, is it? तो कौन देगा ये वैल्यू, is it? ये हमारा सेंस ही देगा हमें. So what we will do, we will assume the value of one component. So let us assume one value. Which value is feasible to assume? It is always an inductor. जनरली मार्केट में जो इंडक्टर के वैल्यूज होते हैं, द प्रोडक्शन मैन्युफैक्चरिंग ऑफ द इंडक्टर फॉर डिफरेंट वैल्यूज आर रियरली रेयर. सो दैट्स व्हाई आई विल अज्यूम द वैल्यू ऑफ इंडक्टर इंस्टेड ऑफ कैपेसिटर. सो आई विल अज्यूम इंडक्टर एज 20 हेनरी. Is it? 20 Henry is okay, means it is suitable. Is it? You can assume 50 Henry. So up to 50 Henry, the value is okay. Is it? I have assumed the value 20 Henry. You can assume 10 Henry, 20 Henry, 30 Henry, 40 Henry, 50 Henry, up to 50. Go up to 50. This is my suggestion. It is always good practice to assume inductor up to 50 Henry. More than that, then obviously you will get ripple factor very small actually. So go up to 50 Henry. I have selected midway, that is 20 Henry. Now this value is also known from the equation. Then calculate the value of capacitor. That is, you will calculate the value of C square. Is it? C square will be then 5700 divided by value of ripple factor, value of inductor and value of load resistor RL. Is it? And after calculation of this C square, take under root of C. Is it? Then you will get the value of capacitor. The value of capacitor that I got here is 119.37 microfarad. This is my value. Maybe I am wrong. Maybe my calculator is saying something different. It can happen. Is it? So you go for it. You calculate your own value and tell me what is the value of capacitor. See, this is the only tricky part that I feel that confusion will be there with you. So that's why I am giving you a small trick. It's not a trick as such. See, we have calculated RL. We calculated value of capacitor, we calculated inductor. So it means three components already we have calculated. Then what is your job? Your job is to calculate diode and the transformer. That's it. And this is what design of full wave rectifier with pi filter or CLC filter, is it? Look at this, it is a pi filter or it is CLC type of filter. This is what, and I think that much is okay about the numericals. Here we need to stop, we have to conclude this chapter, is it? So I suggest before you start with numerical section, you please watch that video related to datasheet, the specification, ratings of the component and the component study. Some things are really important which I have discussed in that lecture, is it? So particularly I suggest you to watch this lecture before starting with the numericals, is it? So thank you very much, thanks a lot. Next lecture, probably as we are done with this complete chapter, maybe in next lecture we will start with another chapter, the second one, I think, is it? So whatever the plan is, depend on your queries, your requirements, your demand, what things are remaining, we'll conclude and we'll cover that in next lecture. So till then, thanks a lot, take care, study hard, and do it as an homework. But let me tell you, after this chapter, I think, I don't remember that whether you have seen that, but I have posted one assignment for you people, right? So after this you complete that assignment, you submit it, and then we can start with the next chapter. Thank you very much.